Hello, my name's Carter Trout, and today I'm going to be covering Chapter 16 from our textbook, Privacy in an AI-Driven Landscape. So getting started here, we're going to take a look at what privacy is. Privacy is the right to control information about oneself. So phone number, addresses, social security number, stuff like that. It's having the right to control that data and know exactly who it's being shared with, who can view it, and whether you can delete it or not, and just having control over that information in general. And the main challenge with an AI-driven landscape is balancing privacy and innovation. So as AI innovates, we want to ensure that our privacy is also being protected, and knowing that AI is not being given access to data that we know we don't want to have access to. And this is very hard as AI systems are dependent upon a large-scale data collection operation. So they is dependent. It learns from the data that we give it or the data that's posted online, what we post online. So that's how it learns and what we put in our chat messages or whatever. And that's how it continues to learn and that's what it builds off of. So very hard to protect privacy when it is directly based on growing based off what information we give it. And some of that information nowadays, especially, can be private information. And the big problems with this is the lack of transparency on how data is being used. A lot of people don't know that their chat messages that they have with AI or whatever information they put in is actually being stored somewhere. So when they figure this out, it can be kind of scary because you don't know who has access to that data, and also the AI decision making process. We lack of transparency when it comes to that as well. And the key privacy risks are just data breaches. So, like I said a minute ago, we don't know who has access to that data, and especially if somebody were to hack into these new AI data centers or find a way to access this data, it's a lot of personal information, especially for people that use AI on a daily basis or part of their job. So you want to be very aware of that and ensure that proper security placements is up for that. Another risk, surveillance. We'll touch on that more in a minute. But if somebody were to gain access to a per se AI, people that use it on a daily basis or even for just once a week, they know what you're doing at that time. They know exactly what's going on in your life or what you're working on, whether it's job related, personal related, because they can see what you're talking to AI about. Loss of control, ensuring that we keep control when it comes to our privacy, and then bias, ensuring that the information we get is not influenced from another factor and it's proper information. So as I mentioned, so maybe some attack scenarios, chatbots storing our sensitive data, so we ensure that people know or at least are made aware of, or just outright we remove that feature of storing sensitive conversations. Like I said a minute ago, hackers targeting AI databases for personal data, and hackers targeting AI databases and using it for a mass surveillance operation. Those are two major attack scenarios that could occur and can be scary. And we don't know what type of security is being implemented into these AI centers. So there's some privacy preserving techniques, data anonymization or anonymous, ensuring that our identifiable information is being either removed completely, possible differential privacy, which is we add noise to our data so that it's hard to distinguish, it's indistinguishable on exactly whose personal identifiable information it is. Encryption techniques, ensuring as our data is being processed, it's being encrypted, or whether it's being sent to, it's encrypted along the way. And federated learning, rather than AI learning from a central database, instead it learns locally, and then that data is then encrypted and sent to a central server, I guess, in a way. There's some legal protections. GDPR. This is a standable in European Union. They implemented this, and the DPA 2018. This is that's in England. That kind of works with GDPR to make sure it matches those regulations. But this is probably one of the best legal protections we have in globally right now, as it gives you full access to your data. Then next we have CCPA, which is California's Privacy Act, and they do pretty good about ensuring that you have manageable access on who can view your data, but you notice that's only in California. So what about the other 49 states? Do they have any legal protections when it comes to their data? Most likely not. So then we have Pipe DA. That is in Canada, and it's kind of based off of GDPR in a way, but it's not as clean. It doesn't give you the access to delete your data, rather just knowing who can view it, where it's being shared to, just being notified on it basically. But so basically, GDPR is the best when it comes to this. You have nearly full access of your personal data, and then CCPA is kind of falls behind that in a way, with maybe not having full access, but having at least a knowledgeable access on it. And then Pipe DA and then DPA 2018, they kind of fall tagged along with GDPR. But the two main ones that we have are GDPR and CCPA. And a big thing that we can do with this is leverage AI to enhance our privacy. So using it for data anonymization, ensuring that it knows when privacy is being included in messages, and removing it when it is. And also you can use it for intrusion detection systems. There's ways to implement it, but we need to ensure that we're taking advantage of those solutions so that we're not just being driven by whatever these AI companies desire to use. So that's the end of my presentation or my talk. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.